learned how to calculate the empirical formula from the method of combustion of hydrocarbon. And today we are learning how to get relative mass of a substance from the bulk mass. And we have an example question here. The purpose of this video is so we can together walk through the steps that is needed to get the mass of a constituent element or a constituent compound in a substance. So the question we have here goes this way. Garlic salt contains sodium. Sorry, this is sodium. Garlic salt contains sodium chloride, comma. Analysis of a 3.5 gram sample of garlic salt yields 1.05 gram of chloride. Question A. How many grams of sodium chloride are in the sample? And question B. What is the mass in percentage of garlic salt in sodium chloride? We need to understand what the question is asking us to find. First, we know we have a garlic salt, and this garlic salt is a substance that contains a compound or another substance called sodium chloride in it as a constituent. The amount of garlic salt that was given to us is 3.5 gram sample of garlic salt from the question. So we have a garlic salt and the amount is 3.5 gram sample of the garlic salt. And this 3.5 gram of garlic salt yielded 1.05 gram of chloride. Please take note, 1.05 gram of chloride, not sodium chloride, of just chloride. And the question is, how many grams of sodium chloride are in the sample? Let's start from that question. How do we go about to answer this question? From our previous video, I taught us what I prefer to call it mass fraction, and another word for it is relative mass. And I gave you an example that if you have, let's say, if you have H2O, and we consider this as 1 mole of H2O, that's 1 mole of water, we can get a relative mass of oxygen in this 1 mole of water, a relative mass of oxygen in relation to the bulk of water. That is mass of oxygen over mass of water. And we proved in our previous class that this ratio is constant for every given mass of water. That means mass of oxygen here, for an example, 1 mole of water is, mass of oxygen here is 16, and mass of the whole bulk of water is 18. What this means is, if we have 200 grams of water, this is 16 gram, this is 18 gram. If we have 200 gram of water, we are going to have that 200 gram of water, the amount of oxygen in that 200 gram of water will always lead us back to this ratio. And if we have to kind of simplify this ratio further, I think we are going to have 16 by 2, 8, 18 by 2, 9. So we are going to have 8 over 9. That means for every given mass of water we have, the mass of oxygen in relation to the bulk of water will always, when simplified, will always land us to this. And I call it a constant ratio for every given compound. And that's the same knowledge that we are going to use to solve the problem we are given. Go. Alright, now we were given a given mass of chloride in the compound. We were told that this is the amount of chloride that is in the compound. And sorry, there's an assumption here, I didn't put it. The assumption is that the amount of chloride that we got is purely from the sodium chloride. There is no other chloride containing compound in the mixture or in the substance. Please take note of the assumption. So the amount of chloride we were given is 1.05 of chloride. Now let's try to bring out details of this. We have garlic salt. And in this garlic salt, we have NaCl, sodium chloride. And our focus now is the sodium chloride, because the question says how many grams of sodium chloride are in the sample. This is our focus. So we have sodium chloride, and the amount of chloride in the sodium chloride is 1.05. The amount of chloride, that's chlorine, is 1.05 grams. And the question now is, what is the amount of sodium chloride? From what I said earlier, we can represent this in a constant ratio of Cl over NaCl. And we know that for every given mass of chloride, if we relate it this way, it will always give us a constant, and we put this equivalent to the one we were given, and the one we are given is just the mass of chloride, which is 1.05 over, we don't know the amount of sodium chloride, we'll put S here, and here we know that the amount of chlorine is 335.5. That's the one we use here in University of Nigeria in Soka. So that's 5.5 gram, and the amount of sodium chloride, that's the bulk of sodium chloride, would be 23 plus 35.5. 23, because the mass of sodium is 23, and the molar mass of sodium 23, and molar mass of chloride is 35.5. So 23 plus 35.5 is going to give us 58.5. So this is 58.5, and is equivalent to 1.5 over, we don't know the amounts of sodium chloride that was given to us, and let's use equals to here, so because we are going to perform a mathematical operation, and if this is equals to this, then we'll have to solve for x, which is the amount of sodium chloride that will yield 1.05 gram of chloride. So all we do here is to cross multiply, and we'll have 35.5x is equals to 105, let me put it so that some people will not be confused, times 58.5. And 105 times 58.5 will give us 105 times 58.5 will give us 61.425. So we have 35.5 times the mass of sodium chloride is equals to 61.425. And to get the amount of sodium chloride, we will divide this by, will be equal to 61.425 over 35.5, and this will give us the amount of sodium chloride that yielded 1.05 gram of chloride, which is 1.73 gram of sodium chloride in the solution. And this gives us the answer. This gives us the answer to question number 8. If you really if you didn't understand what the process we follow through to solve this, I would advise you to go back, rewind the clip, and follow the process and make sure you understand. And if you still don't understand, drop a comment below. Alright, we have gotten the mass of sodium chloride that is in the substance of garlic salt. And question number B, or question B, not number B, sorry, is what is the mass in percentage of garlic salt in sodium chloride? That's the mass of the garlic salt in sodium chloride. Alright, we have gotten the mass of sodium chloride, and we know that this garlic salt contains sodium chloride, and we have gotten the mass of sodium chloride, and the mass of garlic salt that was given to us is 3.5 gram. 3.5 gram of garlic salt, and the mass of sodium chloride in that garlic salt is 1.73 gram, and therefore the actual mass of garlic salt in this substance will be 3.5 gram, because this is garlic salt plus NaCl inside, sorry, there is a plus here, plus NaCl. This is the bulk of the mass. So the mass of the pure garlic salt will be 3.5 times 1 point, minus 1.73 grams. 3.5 minus 1.73 grams, and that will give us 1.77 gram. 1.77 gram. So this is the mass of pure garlic, assuming that there is no other mixture, or no other impurity, because here I have to consider sodium chloride as an impurity here. So this is the mass, the actual mass of the garlic.
Alright, I want to make a correction. Garlic salt is a mixture of garlic and sodium chloride. So for question number B, the amount of garlic, not just garlic salt. We are calculating the amount of garlic. So wherever you see garlic salt mentioned, take it for garlic.
Because they say that the garlic salt contains sodium chloride. And now the question is, what is the mass in percentage of garlic salt in NaCl? What is the mass in percentage of garlic salt in NaCl? The mass in percentage will be this mass of garlic salt over the total mass divided by 100, and that will be 1.77 gram over the total mass will be 3.5 gram times 100. 1.77 gram divided by 3.5 will give us 0.506 times 100, and that will give us 50.6, approximately 50.6% of garlic salt. So the amount of, or the mass of garlic salt in the substance, in relation to sodium chloride, or the mass of garlic salt in percentage in sodium chloride is 50.6%. We've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, and comment in the comment section. Thank you.